Le pulpe Provençal octopus from the south of France. Oh my gosh, it has herbes de Provence, garlic, pepper, bell pepper, fresco pepper, just so much flavor and easy to do, and it will blow your mind. It can be served as an appetizer or a main course. It has potatoes that have been charred a little bit. The octopus is charred. Anyways, I grew up with this. I actually went in the water and got octopus in the south of France. Bonne soirée, bon appétit, enjoy this video. Okay, so here's my beautiful octopus. Look at this guy. Beautiful. And I'm going to show you how we're going to prepare it. Now, super easy. Don't be intimidated. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to rinse it. Now, when you go to in the States and buy an octopus, they will already have taken the top here and degutted it like this. Okay? And some fishmongers will also remove the beak for you, which is right here. My fishmonger removed the beak before I could tell him to stop because he's so used to me. But basically, to remove the beak, you just push. And actually, I think he left a little bit in there. Yeah, look at that. There's the beak. He didn't get it all. So we got it all. So it's a good thing to check the, after your fishmonger. But that's how easy it is. You just press and it will come out. Okay? Now, the second part that you want to do is remove the eyes. Now, if you were like me as a kid in the south of France on the Mediterranean, I used to go snorkeling. And I would go into the rochers, the rocks under the water. And me and my friends, we'd look for octopus and crabs and other fish that we could spear, and we'd catch them. And in that case, we had to clean this part of it, which is, it looks full like this. So if you get a fresh octopus in Europe, sometimes you will have to just make a slit here and just clean the inside here out like that and just cut it up. Now, the second part you want to do is remove the eyes right here. And that's super easy. And I'll show you how we do that. So I'm just laying it flat here. And you see the eyes right here? I'm going to take my knife right below them. I'm going to cut right through. Now some people will take a small knife, a paring knife, and take out the eye individually. It's too much work. You might miss some. Just do it how I'm showing you. It's a lot easier. So okay, so here is the eyes. So now we're just going to go above it where your eyelashes would be, and we're just going to slice that out with a nice sharp knife. Sure, you waste a little bit of meat, but you know what? That's okay. All right. So that I'm going to check in here, make sure there's no guts left, and they did a good job cleaning that, so I'm good to go. So now I'm going to move the camera so you can see what I'm going to do, and we're going to boil this guy. And we're going to make it tender, and I'm going to show you the secret. And I used to do this on the beach, by the way, with salt water. Seawater, yes. So I'm going to show you how to do it in your home, of course. But yeah, it was so much fun as a kid. Oh my gosh, we'd eat so well. But anyways, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Okay, so look how easy this is. You're going to take the octopus, tentacles down. You're going to grab it from the top. Okay. Untangle it. Makes it a little easier. There we go. Now, I'm going to gently drop it in, slowly, and we're going to lower the heat to a simmer, and then pull it up. Now, you see how that curled up? And we're going to drop it a little bit more, and you see how it keeps curling up? And then we're going to drop it one more time, and get a spatula, a spoon, or something, and you want to submerge that. Okay, look at that. So I'm going to show you a close-up of what that looks like. Like literally, the tentacles came up and curled over. And then the cap, I call it the cap, the head, there's a little piece there. I'm not happy with this there. There, just cut that out. There we go. Okay, it was a little bit of gut. Anyways, I'm just going to drop that in there. Okay, now I'm going to bring up to a gentle simmer. And I'm going to cover it. Oh! And I'm going to cover it. This is 2 pounds, so probably like 55 minutes to an hour. You know, really, I would say 30 minutes to the pound on a gentle simmer. And the more gentle the simmer is, the better, because it'll be much more tender. Now, before I cover it though, oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Because, you know, I'm the director, actor, just kidding. Anyways, we're going to add a bay leaf in there. And then we're going to add a little sea salt. There we go. Beautiful. I'm seeing that steam up. Perfect. We're going to cover it. And set your timer. This one's 2 pounds, so like I said, an hour. And we'll be back. In the meantime, I'm going to move the camera, and I am going to peel my potatoes, which you'll need 2 potatoes, 1 lemon, 1 bell pepper, 1 fresca, ooh, this is so important, 1 fresca red pepper, 1 shallot, 2 garlics, some parsley, some cayenne pepper, salt and pepper, and you got it, baby. We'll be right back. You're going to dice those garlics, and you're going to do a nice close job with it. There we go. Okay. You know, fresh ingredients is always important. So, you know, if something's prepared for you in a grocery store, I don't know. What did they put in there, you know? Okay, now I got my Fresco pepper. I'm just going to cut it in half, and then I'm just clean the inside, take the seeds out. Because I don't want it too spicy. Now, if you want it spicy, you could leave the seeds, but we're going to take this out. There we go. And I use a small pepper for 2 pounds. And we're just going to flatten this out. And just slice it. Nice and thin. In little pieces. And then we're going to cross it and dice it. There we go. Okay. Trying to be quick here. Right? So I got 2 bell peppers. I got 1 bell pepper. And I'm going to flatten this out. I'm just going to go ahead and do nice thin slices across. By the way, always hold your fingers in so you minimize the chance of damaging cut in one of your fingers. Okay, we're going to take this across at one end. We're going to come across, spin the other end, and then another, and then we're going to leave some long like this. Okay, so we're going to put that aside. Now I'm leaving this on my cutting board. Okay, because that's going to be added later with the potatoes. So again, flat, give it a little, and don't be afraid about being thin and all that. Too thin, I should say. It doesn't matter. There we go. And then we're going to cut the ends here. And the reason we cut the ends is these little curls. I don't want those. Okay? But a little chunk is okay. And then this last, I'm going to cube it just like I did the potatoes. I don't want those too big. Okay? So I had some long ones. Now I'm just going to cube the rest. Boom. All right. That looks pretty good. Okay. So now I'm going to take a bowl. I'm going to take my shallots. I'm going to dump it in there. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to take, oops, sorry about that, some salt and drop it in there. Let me have a good pinch. I'm going to take my garlic and I'm just going to take a tap and put that in there. I'm going to take the oh, that's not my zelle de France. I'm going to take my zelle de France and I'm going to put a pinch of that. If you don't know what a zelle de France is, it's a blend of herbs from the south of France, very famous. You can find it online, you can find it in grocery stores in the States. If you're overseas, you can, trust me, you can find it online. It's zelle de France. Check my ingredients list, it'll be on there, and the correct spelling and all that. It's not hard to find. Okay, I'm going to take my lemon here, and I'm going to basically, and this is very important, I'm going to cut my lemon like that. Put that aside. I'm going to need that for the grill later when I'm doing the octopus. And then I'm going to take a generous piece in the center. Put it like that. Cut it in half. You'll see it's good. And then I'm going to squeeze it. And I'm just going to add that lemon in there. If a seed does drop in there, like it just did for me, I'm going to scoot that seed out. You know, cooking never goes perfectly. Trust me, never does. The key is to adapt and do it how you want, and just make it work. Now, a good way to catch seeds is go like this. Okay. Which I caught 3 like that, 4. Oh, look at that. Oh! And then I'm gonna, there we go. Drop that juice and drop the seeds in there. Okay, where's my rag? I'm going to take my olive oil, and this is basically my marinade for the octopus once it comes out. And it's nice and tender. Be generous. I'd say about quarter cup. Of olive oil. I'm going to toss that a little bit. And a little cayenne pepper. See how easy this is, folks? Super easy. And I'm going to just, what is this? Quarter teaspoon cayenne pepper. Don't put too much. And then we're going to just gently whisk that. And make our beautiful marinade. Probably needs a little bit more olive oil. So I kind of want a little bit more of the bones. Another pinch. So a pinch is like basically, what is it? Like half a teaspoon or a quarter teaspoon? I don't know. I have to look. But my pinch is probably a half a teaspoon. I got big hands, big fingers. All right. So in the meantime, this is cooking beautifully. And I promised you a close-up of that, and I will get it. So, yeah, we gotta wait. It has another 30 minutes to go, but everything is ready to go. Everything is prepped. So I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and yeah, next step, we'll be taking the octopus and cutting it and dipping it in my beautiful marinade, and then going out and grilling it. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, folks, that's what it looks like. See how it's nice and curled? And yeah, beautiful, isn't it? Okay, let's cover that back up and wait for it to be done. Okay, folks, we're back. Let's see how this is doing. Ooh, that's so hot there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to check to make sure my octopus is nice and cooked and tender. So I'm just going to grab this, and on the thick side I'm going to put my fork in, and it just goes through like almost butter. So that's perfect. So I'm going to turn off the heat, and you know the key to cooking an octopus and boiling it is take your time. Don't be in a hurry. The longer, the better. But, you know, an hour is more than sufficient. Okay. Let's get this octopus out. I'll be careful, because it is a slippery little guy. Here we go. And I'm just going to put it down, and I'm going to take what I call the cap, but it's the head. And I'm going to let this, I'm going to put this aside. And by the way, there's things you could do with this. That'll be for another episode. But, yeah. So, let this cool a little bit. And then you're going to slice it. But now that I got it out, I can show you how tender this is. Watch. See that? That's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to just slice these guys. And I'm slicing them for the barbecue. I'm going to slice them further later, but I'm going to drop them in my marinade. Look at all this, so close. Ugh. I don't have a producer. Alright, so anyways, I'm going to cut this in half, and then I'm going to cut this in smaller pieces later, bite size, but for the grill, I'm just going to do this. Drop it in there. You see that? I'm just doing two. The head, I'm just going to cut it in half. And that's good. Now, these little pieces are going to fall through the grill, so I'm just going to leave them here. All right, so let's just toss this. There we go. Beautiful. Toss it, toss it, toss it. Really good. And then what we're going to do, I'm just going to let it sit in this mixture for about 10 minutes. Beautiful. Okay. So set your timer for 10 minutes. And what we're going to do is simply Well, we're going to take it out and put it on the barbecue. If you have, another option is if you have inside grill, you can do it on an inside grill or one of those, plates that have the ridges. But I prefer doing it on a barbecue because it really gives it a good char, and that's what we're aiming for. The 2 lemons I got, I'm just going to drop them into this mixture, just to the top like that. Okay? So 10 minutes, and I'll see you outside in my barbecue, and I'll show you how amazing. Oh, and by the way, this is really a wonderful dish. So try it. We'll be right back. Oops. One more step before you go out to grill this. You gotta do the potatoes. I made a mistake. Forgive me. All right, so we're taking this, and we have to wait for it anyways, right? 10 minutes. So we get a pan, and you want kind of a heavy pan, and we're going to add some olive oil. Not extra virgin, but just regular olive oil. For the marinade, I use extra virgin. But for these purposes, I'm using regular olive oil, which is not virgin or extra virgin. And the reason it has a higher heat point. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to bring my potatoes close by. I'm going to bring my peppers, my garlic. Parsley we don't need yet. I'm going to throw a little bit of butter in there. And that's just to soften it. Any butter will work. Let's see. Yeah. Just use whatever I have. Okay. Put about 1 tablespoon in there. Beautiful. Okay. Now, you don't have to use the butter. The olive oil is fine. I just like it because it adds just a little bit. Oh, come on. Butter always adds flavor. So that's what I'm doing. I'm adding a little butter to add the flavor. Okay. So the first thing is going to go in. We're going to get this nice and hot. There we go. And we're going to melt this, get it nice and hot. This is going to take a minute, so I might have to edit this. Julia Childs did her videos in 30 minutes, and that was the challenge. She would turn 4-hour meals into 30 minutes, or hour meals into 30 minutes. And that's the biggest challenge in doing these videos. 4-minute, 5-minute videos doesn't teach you how to do it right. I'm sorry, it doesn't. So forgive me for being an admirer of Julia Childs. All right, here we go. You hear that? The sparkling? Okay, now grab your hand, take the potatoes, and drop it in there. Now they're wet, so they're gonna splatter a little bit. If you want, you can dry them out ahead of time. But because I'm doing this on video, yeah, it's not that bad. There we go. There we go. Okay. Spin that. And I lost one. There we go. Okay. And we're going to give this probably like 5 minutes. We're going to brown it, okay? So I will be editing this out. Because I'm sure you don't want me to watch me do this, but I'll tell you a story though, if you want. So, when I was a kid, the summers I spent in the south of France. And me and my buddies, we would go diving in the Mediterranean. Oh, we didn't take scuba lessons and all that, but we had a tank and we would share it. And we would dive and we would collect seafood all day. Mussels, crabs, lobster if we're lucky enough. If we're lucky enough, also octopus. Clams were easy to find. Mussels for sure easy. We would set traps for shrimps. Take a Coca-Cola plastic bottle, cut it on the top, turn it around, take a broken mussel, put it inside with some rocks, put it in the reefs. Shrimps would go in there. Anyways, we collect all this seafood, fish, whatever we could do. And put it all together. And we would put, first, if we had an octopus, in salt water, we put in we had this big stainless steel pot. And we boil it for like an hour. And then we'd add the things that cook really quick. The crab, the shrimps, the mussels, the clams, and whatever else we had. And then we drain it, and then we'd add tomato sauce, some wine, some seasonings that we would find. So, oh my gosh, whatever we would find, rosemary, thyme, and we would cook that up. And we would, we're teenagers, and we would, get together with my buddies, and we'd have a, little fire on the beach. We'd all eat. We had, it was amazing. It was just amazing times. But that's the freshest food you could possibly eat, right? And this is where I learned my love for food. And I never give it up. So it's turning to brown now, if you can see that. I'm going to give it another minute. I'm not going to drop my garlic now, but I am going to drop my Fresno pepper and my bell peppers into this. Going to mix that in there. Beautiful. Now, if you want, you can drop a little wine in there, rosé or white wine, and drop my garlic, what I have left of my garlic. And I'm going to drop some pepper. Not too much, a couple small pinches. Some sea salt. So now, you folks that watch my videos a lot wonder why I use sea salt so much. I learned how to cook with seawater. Oh my gosh. It's so good. All right. Now we're going to spin that and raise the heat, because I want that nice and brown. Okay? And you're going to need a spoon. Remember what was left over from the octopus? This beautiful rock? We're going to use a little bit. Not right away, because I want to brown this up. There we go. Alright, so I might edit this so you guys don't watch me just tossing this, but basically what we're going to want to do is brown it. I would, instead of using a fork, I'd switch to a wooden spoon. It's just a little easier. Oh yeah. I wish you could smell it. Garlic cooking, the potatoes. few minutes. This is getting a nice charred look. And which is perfect. Okay. Now, get your spoon with a little octopus broth. And we're just going to drop it in there. A couple spoons. And we're going to toss that around and deglaze it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's going to add that octopus flavor in there. Okay. All right. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So now, it's been about 10 minutes. I'm ready to bring my octopus to char grill it. My potatoes are pretty much done, but I'm going to turn off the heat, and I am going to just leave it. Just leave it. I'm tempted to cover it, but I don't want to cover it because it will make it soft. So don't do that. I don't know why I was thinking that. Anyways. Okay, so we'll be back. I'm going to show you on the grill how we're going to do the octopus, okay? Hang in there. Okay, so bring your barbecue very hot, minimum 450. Raise it. Lower your temperature about 3/4. And I'm doing a handheld, so forgive me. We're going to take the octopus, just throw it on there. Remember, it's cooked. So, we just want to char it. There we go. Throw it all on there. I'm going to learn to look at the camera and not when I'm doing that. There we go. Okay, here's our lemons. I'll just drop those in the flat. This doesn't take long. And there's our mixture. Save that. We're going to need it. Okay, now leave the top open and keep an eye on it. And we're just going to char it. And just don't be afraid to turn it. And just get it nice and brown. So I push it to the side. And it's okay to like redip so it doesn't stick. Push to the side. If you want, redip. And Steve, keep an eye on the camera. There you go. Woo, hot. Oh, don't go away. There we go. Nobody saw that. 3-second rule. Oh, it didn't fall on the floor, but anyways. Alright, I'm going to lower the temperature a little more because that's really hot. And I'm dipping it again. Okay, so I kept dipping it. And look at that. Nice char-boiled. Got good glazing on it. Gonna drop it all back in there. Toss it a little bit just to cool it down. Beautiful. Alright. Okay, the lemons. We got a nice browning on them. Well, at least one of the two. Alright, we're going to go back in and I'll show you what we do. We're back. So, I put the heat back on this, okay? So when I was char grilling my octopus, I just turn off the heat on that and it'll dry it out. Now I'm just gonna dump all this beautiful octopus in here and the mixture. There we go. And we're gonna toss this. And you want to bring your heat to high. And we're just gonna toss this like that. And just really what we're doing is just bring the potatoes and warming them up and the peppers and everything. So if you were doing this for a dinner party and you char grilled your octopus, you could just let everything sit and then just put it in there and heat it up. So we're gonna hear it sizzle, and that's what we want. We just want to heat everything up. So a minute at the most. Just want to warm everything up. Beautiful. Okay. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper. And toss it again. Beautiful. And look at those beautiful colors. Okay, now that's good enough. I'm going to turn off my heat. Remove this. And really, the only thing I need to do now is cut the octopus in bite sizes. So now you have two choices. If you're doing this as an appetizer, you don't have to cut it. I mean, you do have to cut it. If you're doing this as a meal, you could let the your folks cut it. But as an appetizer, I like to just dice it up like that and go through it like that. Beautiful. All right. That's the head. You can cut that in smaller pieces if you like. But really, what we're doing here is the octopus. There we go. Okay. Look at those colors. It's just beautiful. This is so amazing. And I think we got it all. There we go. All right. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the octopus, take it to my plate, drop all the potatoes on here. And this is if you're doing, well, you could do this as main course too. But as an appetizer, you can do this. All right. And spread this on your plate. The potatoes, the pepper, okay? And then drop the octopus carefully. Don't want to waste any of that goodness. And then just spread it out a little bit like that. Okay. I'm going to take the 2 lemons and I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice all over. And you notice how thick that lemon juice is. It's going to add just so much flavor. And then just a tad of parsley. Yeah, that's good. And look at that. There you go. Octopus or pulpe de Provençal. This is how in the south of France they would prepare it, with influences from Italy and Spain. I mean, Greece does it different. But anyways, what a wonderful dish. It's delicious. Try this. Go crazy.
Come on, you can do it. Anyways, bonne soirée, bon appétit.